Hey now, say now, welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. Today, the Cardinals fly to Chapel Hill, North Carolina to take on the Tar Heels. We're late in the season now, and Stanford is already bowl eligible, but still looking to stack W's, especially with a late season matchup looming with our couple of rivals. We won't look too far ahead as the 4-4 Heels hosting a game that smells like a trap game. Before heading south, the Cardinal hosted the Pittsburgh Panthers at home in a high-scoring affair. Stanford won the game, scoring a season-high 56 points. Unfortunately, I only have the box score for this game as the footage was lost, but what a game. Stanford offense with their best showing, putting up 522 yards and scoring 8 total touchdowns. They did lose the turnover battle, though, with a fumble and an interception thrown. Elijah Brown had 338 yards through the air, but only completed 63% of his passes and did throw that one interception. The run game complemented him well, with two backs, Irvin and Ford, both over 70 yards with a touchdown. Even a third running back, Cole Tabb, scored as well. Jordan Anuvwe led the receiving corps, going over 100 yards and added 7 catches. Bryce Farrell added another 5 catches, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The defense did give up some points, but individually there were a number of standouts, including linebacker Josiah Galvin with 14 total tackles, 4 of them for a loss and a half sack. Corner Brandon Nicholson also had double-digit tackles with 11. Another linebacker, Ernest Cooper, had 9 tackles, 6 TFLs, and 4.5 sacks. Star edge Tavara Tafiti added 4 sacks of his own and 5 total tackles for a loss. Benedict Uma, Wilfredo Ibar, and S.A. Dubre all added a sack each. So we turn the page on to Game 9 and kickoff number 10 as Reese Verhoff sends it deep. Marcus Brown fields it at the 3. He darts to the right, but he's quickly taken down at the 20-yard line, and that brings out the offense led by Elijah Brown, who again lit up the Panthers defense last week, now faces a road test here in Carolina. The Tar Heel defense was tough early on, as Stanford faced a 3-and-out when Brown throws it short to Farrell, but cornerback Thaddeus Dixon takes out his legs, and this ball is dropped on 4th down. Gio Lopez is the impact player on the UNC offense, and they leaned on him early. First snap of the game from the 34, he's going to stand in the pocket and slings it to a wide open receiver across the middle. Nathan Leacock picks up 20 on the first play. Very next play from scrimmage, they're going to take the snap from the gun and they're going to hand it off to Davion Gauss, who runs it up the middle, spins out a defender and powers his way through a strong run. Then, 2nd and inches from 22, Lopez is going to fake the handoff and then throw a dot to Kobe Paysour in between 2 defenders for a Tar Heel touchdown. Stanford's defense gives up a touchdown early on the opening drive for the Tar Heels. UNC quickly gets the ball back on offense. On 1st and 20, Lopez is going to throw it short to Paysour, who spins out of a tackle. He jukes another, and on his way to a 26-yard gain, sloppy tackling for the defense early. One play later, Lopez back to pass again. Flag is thrown on the play, and he throws it up to Jordan Shipp, who fights his way down to the 14-yard line. As I said, a flag was thrown, but it was on the defense as Galvan is hit with an illegal contact. Later on the drive, defense has him on a 3rd and 2 from the 6. Cardinals going to get quick pressure up the middle, and Gio Lopez is forced to throw it in the back of the end zone. But the offense stayed on to go for it on 4th down. Lopez is going to take the snap from the gun once again. He stands in the pocket. He then quickly tucks it as Tafiti tries to strip it from behind, but he powers his way through for 1st down. But the defense stiffens up, forcing another 3rd and goal. And this time, defensive tackle Braden Marcel Oloyinka gets through for the sack. The Tar Heels are forced to settle for 3. Stanford got the ball back on offense, and they have struggled so far through the first 2 drives. Facing a 3rd and 2, Brown's back to throw. He's going to throw it short to Marcus Brown, but it's broken up, falling incomplete, forcing another punt. Second quarter now, Tar Heels backed up on their own 8. Lopez takes the snap from gun. He gets great protection and then loads up to find Shipp, breaking free as he darts upfield, jukes out a defender, and eventually is tackled down after gaining 31 yards. Few plays later, ball on the Cardinal 38. Lopez takes the snap from empty. He navigates the pocket and throws it up to tight end Jake Johnson. He runs it in for another touchdown. Tar Heels offense lighting up the scoreboard, and they jump out to a 17-0 lead with 8 minutes left in the half. It was soul-searching time for the Cardinals as they find themselves down big in the second quarter. On the ropes, making this one a crucial drive. Elijah Brown, he's back in the gun. Drops back to pass. Pressure comes quickly, but he finds it. Gets it to tight end Roush. He bullies his way through 2 tackles. Picks up a block. And 30, 20, 10. He rumbles. He stumbles. Touchdown, Cardinal. The team had their back against the wall. Offense struggling mightily. And, of course, their top offensive player comes through big time, putting points on the board. Going into the half, score was 20-10 in favor of UNC. Both teams' passing offenses were airing it out big time in the first 2 quarters. UNC had the slight advantage in terms of yardage and the score, but the big play to Sam Roush is what kept the score close going into the break. We skip ahead, 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Gio Lopez from the gun from the 41. Protects him strong, and then he finds Jake Johnson, who is wide open up the seam, picking up 25 on the play. On the very next play, Lopez is going to stand back to pass. He stands strong in the pocket, and he throws a dot in between 3 defenders to Jordan Shipp for a touchdown, extending the lead. Cardinal defense needed a stop, but couldn't find a way to cover the Tar Heel receivers, and they give up 6 out of the break. Stanford offense back on the field now, down 17 once again. Facing a 3rd and 14, Brown's going to find Caden High on the outside after 2 defenders go for the short route, and that extends the drive. Later, faces 4th and inches. Brown changes the play at the line. Snap and quick throw to Roush, who is wide open and outruns the defense. And that's a Stanford touchdown. Offense strikes back to keep it interesting. 4th quarter now. Cardinals defense still looking for a stop. Got UNC in a 3rd and 2 from the 41. Lopez back to pass. He faces quick pressure. He's hit as he's thrown, and it's a fumble. 30, 20, 10. Mitch linebacker scoops and score. No whistle is blown. He takes it all the way back for a Stanford touchdown. What a turn of events as the defense cashes in to cut the lead to a 1-score game. Bang, bang play, and the refs felt that the ball was coming loose before the throwing motion was complete, and the Stanford defense capitalizes to put 6 on the board. UNC now finds themselves in a dogfight. Lopez takes a snap from gun. He hands it off to Davion Gauss. He spins off a defender, stiff arms another one, and he's tackled down for a big gain. 1 play later, Lopez from the empty. He takes a snap and quick throw to Jordan Shipp, who beats the slot corner for a huge gain after Cardinals sent the blitz. Later on the drive, 4th and goal. Lopez takes a snap from the gun, and then he hits Shipp again for a Tar Heel touchdown, extending their lead to 10 with 6 to play. Cardinal offense was up within a very important drive here late in the 4th quarter. They find themselves at the 31 with 4 to play. Brown takes a snap from empty. He's going to throw it and finds Roush wide open behind the linebacker for a huge gain inside of Tar Heel territory. Then, a couple plays later, 2nd and goal from the 1. Brown throws it quick to Michael Ford. He's tackled in the end zone, and that's a Cardinal touchdown. Clutch drive by the offense to give them a chance late in this one. They cut the lead down to 3 with 3 to play. Defense now needs to stop, but on 2nd and 8 with 2:30 to play, Tar Heels look to still be throwing the ball, but Lopez decides to tuck it, and he darts upfield. He sees nothing but green as he flips the field for a huge gain. After the 2-minute warning, Lopez then fakes a handoff on the keeper. He picks up 2 blocks downfield, and he picks up another first down, and this one ultimately ices it for the Tar Heels. UNC runs out the clock and take the 34-31 victory at home versus the Cardinal. Defense left with a lot of questions as Gio Lopez torched them for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. That'll wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you next time.